recently you came saying to the news because of your position on open primaries. And in a sense, what you said has become, has taken currency because of what happened in the primaries, especially that of the PDP, where they said money was being thrown around and so on and so forth. Why do you think the idea of open primaries will have even been better?
Okay, well, let's put it on record that everything I foresaw or that we did into the house, our worries and our fears played out. Even our worst fears were confirmed during the primaries. And apart from the issue of money, which everybody was talking about, and bribing delegates and buying votes and all of that. No, beyond that, let's talk about the process itself. Let me put it on record that indirect primaries is not in and of itself a bad thing. No, it's the process and how those delegates emerge. Therein lies the problem. How do you have delegates that are determined by two people? I can give you names of sitting senators who are absolutely extremely popular in their districts. I can give you names of honorable members who are totally popular, extremely popular in their districts, but not a single delegate. Because the delegate is, you just sit down and you write people's names, maybe even people who have not even participated in politics. And you tell them, and then when the time comes for primaries, okay, you go vote for this person. And then one person determines, okay, you're not going back, or my nephew is going to be the next senator, or I am going to the Senate. And so things like that, it corrupts the system, and it doesn't all go well for the institution. And this were my fears and my worries. If a member is not popular, I will never support him. In fact, it'll be on him, and it'll be good for him if he's rejected by his constituents. But where a member has done so much for his constituents and his constituency, and the evidence is there, and then at the end of 4 years, you tell him, okay, I'm not interested, I don't like your face, all right, these are the delegates that are going to vote. At the end of the day, you don't even encourage legislators. What you're doing is you're sending a subliminal message to whoever is coming in that, oh my goodness, this guy did so well, but look what happened to him at the end of 4 years. So what's he going to do, the incoming guy for the next 4 years? He knows that he's not going to be returned based on merit. So he's just basically going to come to the National Assembly and do whatever he wants, knowing full well that all he has to do is be on the good book, in the good books of his governor or his chairman or whoever the player is in his constituency. And that's not what we want in a democracy. And open primaries, for me, people said, oh, no, open primaries or direct primaries is just as bad, or they can be manipulated. Okay, so let's go for the lesser of two evils then, if that be the case. How many people do you want to do? First of all, the definition of democracy itself, you're allowing every party member to vote, as opposed to indirect primaries, where 6 people can end up voting for a representative. 40 people can end up voting for a senator for a whole district based on the delegate system. But as opposed to the direct primaries, where every single person, member of the party, determines, and that's what democracy is all about. When you talk about democracy for government of the people, for the people, by the people, it's not about general elections. It starts from the primaries. So members of the party vote for who they want to represent them. You become more accountable to your constituents, not accountable to 2-3 individuals. Because therein lies the difference. And at the end of the day, you say, how many people, if you're talking about money, monetization of the of votes, how many people in the party do you want to bribe? That's why the delegate system, the indirect is even more expensive, because it's impossible for anybody, even if you have the state treasury, to bribe members of the party. So I all in all, I hope that we have learned our lessons, and that we'll look at the direct primary system. And if we don't, if we insist on the indirect primary system, how those delegates are produced by open contest will be the way will be the way to go. It's regrettable when you keep turning in around legislators. There's a reason why the Constitution says legislators, apart from governors, gives you 2 terms. President gives you 2 terms. For some reason, all over the world, we ask ourselves, why do they say no? Legislators are not bound by terms. They are supposed to. They can come back as many times as they want, are subject to the approval of their constituents. Every day we try to compare Nigerian legislators to American legislators or legislators from other advanced democracies, but we forget we want to compare Nigerians, but we don't want to do what they do. Where you have legislators who've been there for 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, who understand the nuances of the business, who understand the system, who are enriched with knowledge. So how do you compare the two? When you turn legislators turn by turn, okay, it's my senatorial district today, or it's my ward to next 4 years. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't want us or want legislators to be like legislators in advanced democracy, but you don't want to do what they do in advanced democracies. You can pick or choose what you want and what you don't want.